Hi, Cody Waite, Session 6 Sport Performance. I'm here today to demonstrate another posterior-chain stability set that can be utilized in your strength training program and one that we love using here at Session 6 in our strength training programs. We're going to have two movements. We're going to have a back squat with an added instability element with kettlebells dangling from these resistance bands. It's going to create some instability that you're going to have to overcome while performing a strength exercise. And then the second one is a single leg Romanian deadlift. All right, let's just start with the back squat here. So it's a traditional back squat, but like I said before, we're just going to add this instability piece with the kettlebell dangling off of the barbell. So what you need, kettlebell, a fairly durable or high strength resistance band. This is the way we do it. Let's figure out what kind of equipment you have available to make this work. Put it over like that. Now the load is relatively light, but what's going to make this exercise challenging is the swinging kettlebells. That's going to create that instability where you're going to not only use your glutes and quads like you would in a normal back squat, but you're going to have to use your core to stabilize everything because you're going to want to move around a little bit more. So once you got your barbell loaded up, from there it's just a traditional back squat movement. Step under the bar, rack it in your back rack. So you step back. This is often the most unstable area because the kettlebells are really swingy. And then lead with the hips. Butt down to knee level and then back up. Pushing through your heels, really engaging those glutes for the strength and keeping the core active for that stability piece. Great exercise. Exercise number 2, to be kind of supersetted with this, is a kettlebell single leg Romanian deadlift. So again, deadlift signifies right away it's going to be a hip hinging motion that's going to really engage the hamstrings, load the hamstrings, and use your glutes and a little bit of your lower back to stand back up. So single leg, one arm holding the kettlebell, and one variation of this is to bring up, bring this foot back as with the same side that the kettlebell is on. Okay, some key points here. We want to keep shoulders square, shoulders and hips, as opposed to sinking or opening up the hips as we come down. We want to stay as square as possible. So it's going to require a lot of stability in your hips as you go down, and I'm loading my hamstring and then squeezing with that hip to come back up. A different variation, equally good, you can try both, is kind of the opposing leg coming up with the kettlebell going down. Again, you don't want to twist here, you don't want to open this hip up, you want to keep this as square with the floor the whole way down. The goal is not necessarily to touch all the way to the floor. You want to go as far as your mobility and hamstring flexibility and hamstring tension will allow as you come down. So you're going to come down, feel that hamstring load, that's your stopping point. Squeeze the glutes to come back up. All right, and then you switch sides and do the same thing. So one set would be 8 or so with the one side, and then you'd switch to the other side and do 8 or so this way. And then if you want to switch the variations of the leg coming up with the kettlebell or opposing the kettlebell, you can do that as desired. So there's another posterior chain stability set for you to give a try. And again, think posterior chain is our backside. We're really looking to strengthen our glutes, hamstrings, low back with these exercises. They're going to help endurance athletes go further and faster.